Hi everyone, Deb here, and I had a dream last night that I wanted to share with y'all. Um, and the dream reminded me of this picture. This is a painting that my son did recently. He called it the Republican, and so I believe that Yahweh used this to speak to me in this dream. So I dreamt this morning of a blue and red painting similar to the one that you're seeing. Um, but in this dream, it was mostly blue. At least two-thirds, maybe closer to three-fourths blue, and the other red. There was no white, it was just red and blue. Then it was parted down the middle, and it became a curtain. And then the curtain was drawn back so that it was in four sections. Inside the drawn back curtain was a man and a woman. It was black and white. The woman held tools in her hands, but the man did not have anything in his hands. Now, I don't know what the part about the woman and the man is about. I have not gotten anything regarding that. But this was the third dream with a theme in it, so I knew what he was talking to me about. Um, so in this dream, I believe he is saying that he is going to divide and part the land of the United States of America. I'm pretty sure he's saying that it is going to be under democratic rule. But I don't think he's just going to part the land. I think he's going to change the structure of the land. Now I can't say that thus saith the Lord, but these are what I believe he's trying to say. So you should take it to the Lord in prayer. Now I wanted to also share a couple of other things that he said to me, so you know why I'm getting this idea. Okay, so in November on the 28th, I dreamt and I heard Yahweh say to me, divide the land and prepare it. And I say back, it is so small, surely you do not want to split it. He said, nay, but make it two pieces. And then I saw myself cutting a very small piece of clay and flattening it, which is again why I think maybe the structure of the land in the United States would be changed as well. And then on March 7th of 2019, I dreamt, and just one scene of this dream. Here my name is Kathy, which means pure, just in this dream. And I hear divide up the spoil and the land, and that I am given a part, and it is known to me that I was not going to get a part, but now I am given a portion. So that was pretty cool. But as you can see, I've got my hair pulled back because I'm about to go hopefully pull some weeds in my garden. Um, I spoke to y'all. Well, I know I did a video on Facebook in particularly, and tried to warn people about the flooding that's going on in the United States. And I think I'll put that picture up. Okay, this you can see 2019 U.S. Spring Flood Outlook. Um, I watch a lot of videos of different people, and especially farmers. Since I saw this video that had this um, spring flood outlook in it, I don't know how you could have a spring flood outlook unless you were maybe controlling the weather. But anyway, um, when I heard about what was going on at the Oroville Dam in California, and when I saw what had been done here last year and what looks like it's being done this year, And when I saw pictures of different farms in the United States up and down the Mississippi being completely flooded out, our grain supplies being flooded out, um, I was concerned, and I hadn't thought about doing a garden. I didn't want to do a garden because the previous 3 years I worked really hard at it and had absolutely no success except for a few, maybe a handful of hot peppers. Whoop-de-doo. But anyway, when I heard about this, I went ahead and had my daughter plant some seeds. Well, Jesse and I prepared some rows, and um, we like dug trenches and flipped the dirt up and made rows so that hopefully we wouldn't get our garden flooded out because my backyard floods something terrible anyway. Well, we've had some success. Um, we didn't put much forethought into it. We're just like get some food in the ground, some seeds in the ground. But we've had some zucchinis and um, got a melon out there and some eggplant, and my artichoke looks awesome, but it takes 3 or 4 years for those. I got asparagus. Um, so anyway, one thing that I felt like I heard recently was Yahweh tell me that my punishment was over, and He chastens those whom He loves. So um, the fact that my seeds are growing after um, you know several tries where nothing would work, I'm just really encouraged. Anyway, I would like to encourage you to start planting food, start growing your own food. I have been concerned about food and the growing of food for quite some time. And I know when I was in 8th grade and I visited Southern California and visited my grandma, we drove down to the beach one day and we just went hill after hill after hill of beautiful food growing, strawberries and just all kinds of different things. And I just thought it was so beautiful. And ever since then, I'll just look at these huge cities of people, and I live in a rural area now, but I still think about it. Where's our food being grown? How come I don't see more food being grown? I could travel from Texas to Colorado, and I just don't see that much food being grown. Um, Now, last year they flooded our land super bad during um, the start of planting season, and then we had like 3 months of no rain, which is really weird for where I live. Uh, and then they flooded us again, so that our farmers couldn't even the crops didn't grow proper. They had trouble planting. They couldn't get the cotton off of their land, and similar things are happening this year. Um, so I haven't been able to get out and weed my garden because it's raining too much. And then also, what's weird about the soil here is like in Colorado, when I planted a garden, and in California, you would wait for it to be wet and then you'd go pull the weeds because that's what it was easier. But the ground here is um, dark clay, and when it's wet, it holds on to the roots of the weeds so tight you can't even begin to get them out. But when it's drier, you can kind of get them out. So anyway, um, maybe I'll just let you guys see my garden real quick, and then I'll end my video with that.